and welcome into Bon Appetit, and it's Bon Appetit at the Alabama National Fair. It's right around the corner, October 7th through the 17th. If you saw the show last week, I talked about the Blue Ribbon Chili, and I also told you that this week you're going to see the Baker of the Year at the Alabama National Fair. Melissa Welch, that's your title, kid. And you know, there was a lot of different baking categories, but ultimately somebody had to be the Baker of the Year. You got the nod.
I was honored to do that,
And
yes.
look, I can see Baker of the Year right there.
Oh my.
Because first of all, I'm a chocoholic.
Mm-hmm. Well, this one's a good one. This is a Lindor cake that I came up with because I love the Lindor truffles.
Okay.
And
Agreed.
there's several different flavors of it, so you can use any flavor. But I'm a chocolate girl, so
Right.
Okay.
so you can't go wrong with chocolate. And for this one, it's a very simple cake. But one of the ingredients that's in the cake that's not in every chocolate cake, it has cocoa and your basic all-purpose flour and all of your other things, sugar ingredients. And you will get the recipe; it'll be available for you to have.
Yes, as always.
And I will say at the beginning, I doubled the recipe for the cake because the cake that you will get the recipe for makes 2 layers, and this is a 4-layer cake.
Wow.
But one of the things that I do different in this one, in addition to adding the cocoa, is to take a cup of boiling water and add 2 teaspoons of espresso powder, which is a coffee, strong coffee.
That would
Yes.
be
That
great.
brings out the flavor. It enhances the flavor of the chocolate, and it gives it a really, really rich, dark
I like
color.
that.
Right. And if people say, "Ooh, I'm not a coffee person," it's
cooks
an
out.
enhancer. You're not going to be sitting there going,
fantastic.
you're not going to taste coffee.
No, you're not. But it does enhance the color,
Yes.
It does.
the flavor. It just brings it out more. So, and talking about with Miss Virginia a little bit earlier about the cake, and this cake looks difficult, but this cake simply is just dressed up a bit.
Okay.
It has, icing. It has the drip, which decided in the heat to just drip all the way down for me. So not all cakes, we have happy mistakes.
That's okay.
But it will still taste good. But I actually took the, just unwrapped Lindor truffle candy and put on there. And then I take cleaned leaves. Those were camellia leaves from my yard that I washed and dried really well. And then I painted the back of them with the chocolate and just sit it in the fridge for a few minutes, peel it off the back, and you've got an instant decoration. You can do any shape just about. But it's just simple, but it's prettied up.
So one more time, for those of you who don't know how to do this, tell them one more time how you do your leaves.
Wash them really good, choose your leaves, and then dry them.
So that's a real leaf.
It's
And
a
that is-
real leaf.
well,
And is it an edible leaf?
It was.
It started as a real leaf. Here's the trick to this.
You paint on the underside of the leaf and then leave it
say
upside down.
paint.
Paint with
The
the
chocolate.
chocolate,
With the
melted
chocolate,
chocolate.
okay.
And then you let it sit in the fridge for a few minutes, and it just peels off the back.
Okay.
And you have the imprint of the
And you-
leaf by doing it on the
okay.
underside.
You made a mold.
You made
Yep,
a mold.
Yep,
Exactly.
yep.
And then it's all edible.
But it is, and you can do any shape, but you can dress things up really simply, and that's part of it. But the taste is the other, because it's
That's the
all
big thing.
all good ingredients here. It's when you add all this together, it's a chemistry experiment that just turns out really good. And you can't really go wrong. So
Yes.
and
recipe will
I
tell.
will tell you that doing the fair has been a fun thing because of
Good.
the challenges of trying new recipes and having them turn out and some not turn out, and even up to like 2 hours before changing a recipe and doing something
Wow.
different to submit. So it's a trial and error, but it's fun.
Now,
Now-
remind people, Jack, too, that there are prizes.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
'Cause I think
in
that's
each category, there's
important.
prizes. You have an entry fee, but at the same time, you can win a ribbon, and you can win maybe a couple $100.
Right.
So there is money for the winners that come along on the fair. Now you said this is a 4-layer cake.
It is a 4-layer cake.
Now the recipe calls, is that for a 2-layer
It's for
cake?
a 2-layer cake.
So don't think you did all this and say, wait a minute, something's missing.
Right.
You haven't had anything, but you can still do the exact same
Right.
treatment on the 2-layer as well as the 4-layer.
That's right. So, would you like for me to attempt to cut it?
Yes.
Yes, this is where you have the drum roll.
Oh.
Brrr. Look at that.
Let's see what we get.
I think you've done that a time or two.
A little bit.
Yeah. She knows exactly what to do.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
And you're going to put it onto
Wow.
this plate.
Here's the test.
Okay,
Here's the test.
okay, and look at that.
We're gonna take it out.
You passed the test. And I'm gonna pick,
oh my
I'm gonna pick
gosh.
that up and just,
Oh, wow.
so there's your 4 layers.
That's
Perfectly,
beautiful.
perfectly put together. And
You
look
have
at
to do
the,
this.
and you can just look at this thing and it screams moist.
Wow.
It's a nice moist cake. You're gonna cut into a chunk of that?
I'm gonna
I'll
have-
hold the dish.
You hold the dish.
You do that.
I'll have the bite. Woo.
You're like me,
Whoop.
you go for the icing.
I'm going for the icing.
Very nice. I would be doing it too, but then nobody could close this segment. So
That's
remember,
right.
the Alabama National Fair is right around the corner. Go to their website if you want to join, and you too could be a winner. And we'll be right back right after this.